If you want to know the other information about upcoming events will be in the newsletter. And you can get the newsletter either via email, or you can get it in large print. Just talk to Barbara about getting on that list. And we also have it recorded and available if you dial our number 859-259-1834 and ask for and get to extension 8. You can have the newsletter read to you in its entirety. So, any questions before we have our first speaker? All right, our first speaker is Felicia Encinas. Now, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. She is the marketing growth manager for GoGo Grandparents. And they are a transportation service that's available to us here in Lexington. And you just use your regular phone to make arrangements. It's a membership organization, so there will be a membership required to use the services. So if Felicia is on, I think I see the.
Yep, you're ready when you are.
She's ready.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to turn it over to you, and you can tell us more about GoGo Grandparent.
Well, thank you, Susan, and thank you for inviting me to speak today. I'm really excited to be on the call. So once again, thank you. I want to start out with that. Like Susan said, my name is Felicia Encinas. I am the marketing growth manager at GoGo Grandparent. It's called GoGo Grandparent, but you might hear me refer to it as GoGo. That's the short version that we use. So I want to start out with telling you a little bit about myself. I've been with GoGo for almost a year now. My role with GoGo is to get the word out about our services, like groups like yours, because we work with seniors and people with disabilities. I'm actually located in Fort Worth, Texas, and the weather is really nice right now, so I'm happy about that. So GoGo is available across the United States, Canada, and actually last year we launched in Australia. And the services work the best in cities near big towns. Like I live in Burleson, Texas. The biggest town next to me is Fort Worth, Texas. And we utilize Uber and Lyft to arrange rides for seniors and people with disabilities. So let me tell you a little bit how we started. So our story starts with our co-founder. His name is Justin, and actually his grandma, Betty. Justin noticed that across the whole host of services from his phone, things like Ubers and meals, and his grandma wanted that too. So she saw Justin using his phone to order rides or Uber rides as well. But she wasn't sure how she could use that because she wanted to call and speak with someone. And as of today, you can't call Uber. It's through your smartphone app. So what Justin and our co-founder did was come up with our company, GoGo, a solution where you can call just our 855-464-6872 number, and that will connect you to one of our GoGo operators. Now, while it was originally designed for the founder's grandma, we have many customers of all ages and with all abilities using our solution. We have hundreds of customers who are blind and low vision who sign up each month. Tens of thousands of customers report being blind or having low vision. And the reason I say this is because with our solution, what's different about if you call the Uber app with our solution, our operators, when they're called, they're going to take your information. And once they set up your account, they're going to ask you questions. Do you have low vision? Do you have an eye-seeing dog? Do you need assistance getting in the car? And then even when you schedule a ride, they ask the question of what what are you wearing so the driver can see you. You know, do you have a cane? Do you have any other assistant equipment to get into the car? Do you need a vehicle that's small, big? Are you able to get into a SUV? Things like that. And all of that information is entered in our system. One, when you sign up for your membership, and two, when you are requesting a ride with GoGo, we take all that information. So one, the driver can locate you and help you with any assistance. And we also look for drivers that are willing to help as well. Our drivers are vetted, so we work through a third party when we utilize Uber and Lyft to ensure that our drivers are 5-star and that they're willing to do the extra services that we need to assist our customers. Now, how GoGo works and what we offer. So we offer a whole range of services. So I'm going to start with our most popular services which is rides. So let me back up. We offer rides. We also offer meal deliveries. We offer groceries, medication deliveries, as well as, home services. And we also do have virtual events. So like chair yoga and different things like that. Excuse me. So I'm going to discuss rides right now. So did someone have a question?
No, I was just saying, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. I just didn't want to miss it.
Delayed.
Okay, no
I'm
problem.
sorry.
So with rides, like I said, it's one simple phone call. You call our main number, which is 464-6872, which is 855 GoGo USA. GoGo can connect you with, so once you call us, you'll be coordinated with a operator. That operator is going to take your information, like I said before, and make sure that we can accommodate your needs and get you to the destination. So you call to the operator, we get your information, we ask you where you're going, where would you like to be picked up from? Where are you going to? And then we would schedule the ride, the one-way ride. Now, once you get to your destination, you would just call us back and we would schedule that ride. Now, there's two ways you can call our operator, our number, our 8855 number, or you can, if you have presets, which you can work with an operator to have presets, you could go and when I say presets, like you would dial 1 or you press 1 and that would be your home. So the preset would actually say, do you want to go to 1, home, 2, grocery store, or if you have all those presets already tied to your account. So that's a really good feature as well with GoGo. Now, like Susan says, we are a membership-based company. Our memberships range, our value pack is around $29.99 a month. That allows you to call our operators. Well, actually, our service is available 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365. So we're always taking calls and we're always available to schedule you a ride. Usually once you schedule that ride will arrive within 15 minutes or so. So you could schedule on-demand rides where you need to go somewhere within, 15 or 20 minutes, or you can schedule rides that is scheduled out. So like if I have a doctor's appointment that's a couple of days out, I know, or even a month out, I can schedule that ride already. And then once that day comes, go Go is going to call you and remind you of that ride. And when the driver is out at your house, they'll tell you that the driver will arrive in 10 minutes. And then they'll call you back and say the driver is at your home or about 2 minutes away. Please start going outside to meet your driver. So I know I'm supposed to wait for questions at the end, but I just wanted to because since I have so many services to talk about, I want to know if there's any questions about the ride part of GoGo.
How many rides do you get for $29.99 a month?
Now, that's a good question. The $29.99 is just the membership fee. Now, also the rides are additional to that. Now, we do have for people who are on fixed income, we do have where you can get that package, which is $29.99 at $14.99 a month. So that would be half the price of the package. So instead of paying $30, you're paying $15 a month. And then you would pay on top of the price for the Uber or Lyft. And we would give you that estimate before when you call in. The operator, if you just wanted an estimate to say, oh, how much will it cost to go here? You would provide them the information and they could provide you that estimate.
So what if you wanted to go somewhere that was 6 miles away and then you needed a return? So that would be 12 miles altogether.
That's correct. So you would.
So, ma'am, what you're saying is you have to pay $29.99 to be a member. And then on top of that, you also have to pay the driver. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am. That is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Now,
Do
but
you
then
have-
also we do have the discount. I'm sorry. Were you going to say something?
Yes, do you have any discounts through Uber or Lyft, to help with the cost of the ride? And maybe with the discounted programs that you offer?
Yes, pharmacy said, Janice.
We do have our prices with Uber and Lyft because we are able to provide rides to a specific group are lower than what you would get through Uber and Lyft. And we also look at, so if we give you an estimate for Uber, then we'll look at, and if that is a little pricey, we'll cost compare, and then we'll look at Lyft to see if there's a cheaper ride. So the operators do that.
You couldn't say right now how much it would cost for a 6 mile distance.
No, I wouldn't be able to say how much it would because of traffic and different destinations, because 6 miles here in Texas is different than 6 miles somewhere else. So, but what I could do is if you give me your information, I could send a cost estimate to Susan, or if you could give it to Susan, I could at least give you that. I could follow up with that.
So does it work basically the same way as Uber and Lyft as far as the cost? I know that Uber is pretty much based on distance and demand.
Correct.
So it's pretty much the same thing.
Yes, what's different about our services is we find a lot of people who aren't able to use the app, and when the driver comes, there's a problem with them finding them. So that's what we help. The other thing is when you use the app, a lot of times if your driver cancels, then you have to go back in and schedule a ride. We do all of that behind the scenes, so you don't have to worry about that. If the ride is canceled, then we will schedule another ride and find a ride, and also contact you to let you know that when your new driver will let you know the make and model of the vehicle, will let you know the last 4 of the license plates, and will let you know the name of the driver. Now with our vision impaired customers, we give a little bit more information. We ask the driver to, you know, ask their name, make sure they know what color you're wearing or where you are, like if you're on a bench or if you're next to this certain door, things like that. So we can ensure that you get into the right vehicle and you get the assistance that you need.
And then when the drivers drop you off, are there any instances like if someone's going to, I don't know, a new doctor that they've never been to before, will that driver walk them into the building, or is it just simply a drop-off pickup service?
If that's what's needed, we can't guarantee that he will, that or they will. However, we will request that. And if a driver accepts the ride based off of the needs, then yes, they will. There's some drivers that will do that. We have a lot of really good drivers that will go above and beyond to help.
Is this with Lyft or Uber?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
This with Lyft or Uber?
We work with both Lyft and Uber. In some states, we work with independent providers because I forgot which provider. I think it might be Lyft. Also has wheelchair accessible vehicles, but then we also it just depends on the city and if that service is available.
Okay, is this service a door to door or a door to the curb? Cause I'm saying, like, I live in a locked building and I live on the 3rd floor. Will they come all the way up to my door and get me, or will they just go to the front door of my building?
I couldn't guarantee that, but what we would do is say if that's a need that you have, we would see if we could find a driver that could accommodate that. So if once we put all the notes in and the driver sees the notes and they're like, okay, I can accept this. I'll accept this ride. I'll be able to accommodate. The only thing that the drivers aren't really able to do is like if you're in a wheelchair, pick you up from the wheelchair, put you in the car, things like that.
So they would be able to assist me through my door if I have packages or something. They would be able to carry the bags up at least to the elevator for me.
Yes, we would put that request in and try to find somebody that would do that. Yes, ma'am.
Assist me, okay.
But that would be very important to make sure that we give that information to the driver so we can find someone that would accommodate those needs.
Okay. Did you want to quickly go over some of the other services?
Yes,
that
yes.
GoGo offers? Yeah.
Yes. So I had also mentioned meals. So we also do have meal. We work with a lot of companies across the United States where we would deliver meals to the homes. And when I say meals, so local restaurants and also groceries. So you can call us just like you call for a ride. We would accommodate. So for groceries to be delivered, customers call us. They place their grocery order over the phone with us, and we deliver it to the door. Now the operator can help to make and save the grocery list and brainstorm any alternative. Let's say if they pick apples or you wanted Fiji apples and those weren't available, only Granny Smith were available, then they could accommodate and order those for you. And then if you have like a set grocery you want to save, they can save those on your account. So then when you call in and want to order those groceries, it would be faster next time when you call. And then we would work with getting those groceries delivered to your home and monitor those. So we offer delivery from a wide range of grocery stores like Costco, BJ's, Walmart, Kroger's, Target, Sprouts, etc. It just really depends on the region that you live in. And then some other things that we do as far as local restaurants. You can schedule meals. We'll same thing as groceries. You will call. We'll go find the most local grocery restaurants near you, or you tell us if you want McDonald's, or you don't know if you want but you know you want Chinese food. We would look it up, tell you the options, and then order the food and then help you and have it delivered to your home, directly to your door. All of these are door-to-door services as well.
Is there a delivery fee for that?
I'm sorry.
Is there a delivery fee for that?
A lot of the the places that we work with, actually the delivery fee is waived. Only thing you would have to do is pay for the driver to deliver the groceries.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. Yes,
Do
there
you
is.
Do you pay the driver?
Correct.
Okay.
Felicia, I have a question. Is there money given to the driver at the time of the ride, or do you get billed for that later?
Oh, sorry. All of these services are billed, so you would have to have some type of credit card or debit card on your account, and then it would be billed to that card. Now, as far as if you want to tip the driver, you can call us back. It has to be within the hour, and we can tip the driver. Or if you want to, we also have automatic tipping where you could tip every time, and you have a percentage. Let's say you want to tip 5 or 10 or 20% anytime someone is delivering something. That would automatically be done, and you wouldn't have to call us back after the services are delivered.
And you've got about 5 minutes.
Okay. Let me talk fast. So the other two things, so I talked about groceries, I talked about rides, I talked about local deliveries. The other thing that we have is prescription, where you could have a prescription filled at a pharmacy, and you could call us and we would actually have that picked up at your local pharmacy and delivered to your door. The other thing you could do, a lot of people don't want, the person to come in their home, so that they can hand it to you, or they can leave it they can knock on the door. They can leave any of these services, the deliveries. They can either leave it at your door or hand it to you. Same thing with home chores. We can get you connected with home services like landscape, dog walkers, snow shoveler, any house cleaners, anything you need. We'll help you find a trusted service provider, and then we will tell you their services and their credentials, and then you would decide the time and date, or if you even wanted that person as well. Are there any other questions?
I have one more question.
Yes,
Does
ma'am.
each service have its own subscription, or is everything under like a subscription umbrella?
Good question. Once you have one subscription with GoGo, you can utilize all our services.
Okay.
So you don't have to pay a subscription for each one.
Well, excuse me, but for something like the housekeeping, do you have to pay the housekeepers that come to your house to do the cleaning? Do you have to pay them? Or does GoGo bill you for it?
It would be billed. So yes, it would be billed. You wouldn't have to pay them when they come to the house. All of the services would be done through GoGo, and then you would be billed. You would know exactly how much it would be charged. And then you would be billed. Your account would be billed or charged.
Any other questions for Felicia?
I also wanted to note, I don't know, Susan, if I sent you, but I do have postcards that I would like to send the group, and it offers with your first memberships 1 free ride up to 50 miles. So I would like to send those postcards to the group so they can utilize that if they decide to sign up with our services.
Yes, that would be great. I wanted to mention to everybody too, that we do have some handouts, I believe, still available, that we haven't given them all out, that they've already sent us. So you'll have the telephone number and any other information kind of describing the services listed on the handout. So that if you want to pick one of those up before you go, you can do that. So I just want to thank Felicia. I think it's really nice to know about this service. We had only come across it fairly recently, and it's just nice to have another option out there. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. I enjoyed it. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Be blessed too.
You too.
Thank you.
Okay, our next speaker is here. We have Mike Ginter here with us in person to talk to us about Independent Transportation Network, which is the Bluegrass part of them here in serving Fayette County. Mike is the executive director of ITN, Independent Transportation Network, ITN. So, and he's been with them now, I think, for about a year, 1 year. Yeah. So if you want to come on up to the podium, Mike. Welcome, Mike.
Thank you, Susan.
I don't see the face behind the. Well, I don't see the face, but I hear the voice behind the name. He's the one that did the fundraising.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for having me here today. And what a great group. Looks like you have a full house. And to the speaker that spoke before me, it is good to have other options to choose from. ITN Bluegrass has been here in Lexington for 16 years. Some people are aware of our service and some are not aware of our service. And some people don't really understand how we got started or why we got started. And I will share that information with you, some stats and some of the way our service works, how to become a member. And then I'll take questions at the end. So hopefully you'll come away with a little bit more knowledge and information if you didn't already know it. ITN started about 30 years ago. Our founder's name is Catherine Freund from Maine. And what happened, she was out one day with her young son, who was a toddler. There was an accident. He was badly hurt, and thank God he survived. After the accident was over, she began to investigate who the driver was and what happened. It was an elderly driver who had no one to drive them, and thus the accident happened. What she ended up doing was researching and starting ITN, was, as Susan said, stands for Independent Transportation Network. And so there are now 9 affiliates across the United States, California, Connecticut, Oklahoma, Kentucky, Missouri, Pennsylvania, and Tennessee. We are in the top 3. The top ITN is in Missouri, the second in California, and then Lexington, Kentucky is the 3rd largest. ITN works with 68 other transportation nonprofits in 42 states. And so they have a lot of connections to various other transportation options. Our mission is to provide dignified and affordable automobile transportation 7 days a week to any person 60 years of age or over and any adult with a vision impairment. We are self-supporting, meaning that we are not funded by an agency or the government. Our funds come from our membership fees, our rider fares, donations, and grants. What the rider pays to ride with us only covers about 30% of our operating costs, which means as the executive director, one of my many jobs is to find the other 70%. So I'm seeking donations, out public speaking, writing grants, and knocking on people's doors begging for money. to keep us in operation because it's a great service and many people need it. Some of the benefits of using ITN is that our drivers are vetted, meaning background checks are done on every driver, their references are checked, their vehicle is looked over, making sure that that it's clean and that they have everything that they need, as well as they are trained. And then we train them to be professional, courteous, and on time. Another benefit of using ITN is that we have a grant through Regeneron Pharmaceutical. They do eye care. And so any eye care ride is paid for by Regeneron. So that's a benefit for one of our riders. So if you as a rider need to go to see your ophthalmologist or optometrist or have any type of eye care appointment done, that ride is covered for free. And so basically, when you book your ride with us, you say, oh, by the way, this is an eye care ride, and then you are not billed for that ride. Regeneron pays for that ride. We also have another grant with Toyota Motor Manufacturing right up the road in Georgetown. They have been very gracious to give us a grant for the last 4 years that helps low-income individuals. And so any low-income individual, as a member, they can request the grant application. It's either sent to them or filled out for them, and then that is submitted, and based on the funds that we have available, they can receive a scholarship. Toyota has blessed us the last 4 years with a very nice scholarship, but as most of you are aware, inflation goes up and things change. And this year they did renew our grant. However, they reduced our grant. So last year we were able to give $500 to those that applied for it, $500 for rides. This year our grant was reduced. And so those that received the grant are receiving $250 this year for rides. Just a little bit more information. In this past September, we celebrated our 15th anniversary. So in January, we started our 16th year. We have currently 41 drivers, 35 are volunteers, 6 are paid, and we have 3 company vehicles. Each of those vehicles was donated. Toyota donated 2, and so we're thankful for that. We have 355 members. Last year, we delivered 5,500 rides here in Fayette County. And so a ride is a one-way. So we delivered 8,500 rides. Last year, we drove 107,000 miles in Fayette County, delivering rides. In addition to that, we delivered 2,700 hot meals to 3 community centers here in Lexington. And when we look back over the numbers since 2008, we have delivered 120,000 rides and over 1.2 million miles. Many of our riders use us for various reasons: medical appointments, dialysis appointments, checkups, etc. Going to Walmart, going shopping, the beauty shop, the barber shop, any place that you need to go, we will take you. Visiting friends and going to the gym to work out, things like that. The way our service works is that you contact our office. We're located on North Limestone Street. We are in the basement of Arlington Christian Church. And if you are already a member, you will know this. If you are not a member, then I'll tell you how to become. Basically, you can call our telephone number, or you can go online and fill out an application. And once you are a member, we have all of your biographical information in our system. So the way it would work is you would call us up, our main number. Some of you have spoken with 2 of our dispatchers, Joe and Elizabeth. They've been with us for a number of years. They're very wonderful at what they do. And you just say, Joe, Elizabeth, this is Mary Brown, and I need to schedule a ride. They'll say, okay, Mary, what date do you want to go? And you give us the date, March 30th. I need to go to the UK hospital for my checkup. And we already have as a member, we already have your biographical information in our system. And basically you tell us the date that you want to be picked up on, the time that you need to be there, and what time you want to be picked up. And then basically what happens is the driver will show up on that date. We have a very high percentage of on time. You are the only rider in the car. It's a private automobile. We don't use buses or taxis. There's no signs. So it looks like a friend or a family is picking you up. They'll drive you to the destination. If you need assistance to the door or inside, the driver will help with that. And then when you book the ride, you also let us know what time you want to be picked up. And so the driver will come back at your scheduled time, pick you up and take you home. No money is exchanged at the door or in the car, and there is no tipping. Basically, all of our riders have a transportation account. So when you apply to become a member with us, our staff will reach out to you. They will ask, how often do you think you're going to use our service? We have some people that use us once a week. Some people use us 5 days a week. Some people use us once a month or every other month. And based upon how often you are going to use us, you will pre-fund your account. So like GoGo grandparent that just shared, or if you call a taxi service, basically you call them up, they come to your door and you pay them, on that day, once the ride is done. We don't work that way. Basically, you are pre-funding all of your rides in advance for the next month because you have a transportation account with your name and your funds in it. And so you would call up and say, this is Mary, I need to go to XYZ. We take you there or any place for the next month. At the end of the month or at the beginning of each month, you will receive a statement mailed to your home. And it will say Mary Brown, it will have your address, it will have an itemized list of all the rides that you took the month prior and how much each ride costs. You may have a balance due at the end of that, and it will say, please pay $69, or you may have credit in your account and it will say nothing due at this time. And then you send in a check, or you can call us on the telephone with your credit card payment to pay us what you owe, as well as fund for your next month. And so that's the way the service works. Are there any questions?
Does the service have a monthly subscription or a yearly or?
There is an annual membership fee.
Okay.
And for a single rider, it's $65 a year. If you have a joint account, it's $85 for a joint. Okay. You are allowed to have a rider ride with you. It's called a companion rider. So if you want to have someone ride with you, basically the way it works is they can either be at your house. That's how most of them. So when our rider shows up, your companion is already with you at your home, and we take you to where you need to go. If we need to pick up the companion to go with you, we can do that, but we pick you up first. And then, for instance, if you were going to a medical appointment and you wanted your daughter to go with you, then we would come to your house and pick you up first. And then we would go to your daughter's house and pick her up and then take you both to wherever it was you needed to go.
So now the $65 membership, that's not used for rides.
That's correct. That's 65. We are a members organization. So that $65 allows you to be a member and use the service. So if you're a member, you can call us up and say, hey, ITN, I need to go to Walmart on Tuesday shopping. Okay, give us the details. But if you're not a member, you can't just call up and say, hey, I need a ride to go so-and-so. We can't do that. Yes.
What if you're a current member, but I haven't used them in forever? I think what they told me is I would just have to resubmit my membership, and that would make my account active and make sure I've got enough money in there to cover my rides.
If you
Correct.
If you are already a member with us, basically, as long as your membership fee is paid annually, that just continually renews you. And so you just have to have enough funds in your account to cover that membership.
So what if your membership isn't actively paid?
Okay, if what happens, whenever people join us,
Because they still have me, you all still have me in your system.
when your membership is due, your statement will reflect that. So if, let's say you joined last March and you paid that $65 fee for the membership, but you haven't used us all year, then this March, your account will incur that $65 membership for the next year. And then a statement would be mailed to you and it would say you owe $65. So as long as you have funds in your account is active.
Okay, because I think with me, I just need to turn mine back to where mine's active.
Yeah, it should be active. We don't turn them off unless there is no money in the account and it's been inactive, then it would be closed. No, I see a hand up.
Does the membership fee come out of the scholarship money?
That's a good question. The scholarship is separate from the membership fee. So if you weren't, let's say if you were not a member with us and you were interested in riding with us and applying for the scholarship, what you would do is fill out the membership application and you can request the scholarship application at the same time. They would be mailed to you at the same time. You submit both of them. And then we will review that. Right now, we still have funds in the scholarship. So there is still scholarship funds available. It's kind of on a first come, first serve. So if you are not a member with us and you are interested in becoming a member, but you really need the scholarship if you're low income, the application is very simple. It asks if you make below a certain amount, you just check yes or no. As long as there are funds are available, we will contact you and ask you some follow-up questions. As long as they're available, you would receive about $250 in scholarship funds. And then you would also, out of your own pocket, have to pay that annual membership fee. And so once you use that $250 worth of rides, then, if you want to book another ride, you'll just have to understand that you'll have to pay for that ride out of your own pocket. Yes, you have a question?
Okay, Toyota paid my membership fee and I got the scholarship last year. And I have to renew it this year and I've been approved for the scholarship, but I still have to pay that $65 for my membership this year.
Yes, because Toyota reduced our grant. They didn't give us as much money this year.
And how much is it for a single person?
Well, the membership fee is $65 a year.
Okay.
And then you can apply for the Toyota Scholarship Low Income Assistance, which would, as long as we have funds and if you meet that, then you could possibly be given $250 for rides.
I was already approved for the scholarship, so I just got to pay the membership fee.
I will need to talk to you privately.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay, I saw the lady in the back first.
How much money do you have to have in your account other than the membership fee?
That is based on how often you're going to ride with us. The minimum amount is $25. Basically, if you ride with us one day a month, then you need to keep a minimum of $25 in your account. That would cover a one-way ride approximately. If you're going to ride with us 5 days a week, then you're looking at $200 to $300 in your account.
And all rides are one way?
No, rides are whatever you want. If you want us to take you one way, we'll do a one way. If you want a round trip, then we do the round trip. Yes, I see a hand here in the first table.
What would happen if a relative passed away and they had an account with you?
Then if they had funds in their account, their funds would be refunded to their estate or to the whoever legally is entitled to that money.
Okay, and are you a nonprofit organization?
Yes, we are a 501c3.
Okay.
I see a question in the back or a hand in the back.
A short hand. I'd like to know, what is your, mileage rate per mile?
Sure, good question. Our pickup fee is $4, and then it's $1.95 per mile. And so there is an $8.50 minimum. So if you call us and book a ride, you're looking at least $8.50 minimum charge. It's based on, of course, how many miles you go, the distance. Our average Lexington rider pays about $12 for a one-way ride. So it's a round trip. You're looking at approximately $24, give or take. Now, also, I need to mention, we ask all of our riders to give us a 2-day notice. As I mentioned, we use 35 volunteers, and we're always seeking for more. We need more volunteers. Pre-pandemic, we had 60 volunteer drivers, and we lost almost all of them at the pandemic. And so slowly we are coming back, but we have to find drivers and book the rides. So we ask for a 2-day notice. We can do next day notice or same day notice, but you incur $1 more charge when you do that.
$1 more per mile?
$1, let's see, it's $1 more, and the mileage rate, I believe, goes up to 20 cents a mile, I think, on that.
How late at night do you deliver?
Well, we have people that will request an evening ride, even late at night or very early in the morning. We have some people, you know, if you're flying out the airports, it seems like you have to be at the airport at 5 a.m. I don't know why that is, but we use our volunteer drivers for those after-hour rides. Early morning rides, and then we use we have people that use us for weekend rides and go to church on Sunday rides. And so we use our volunteers for those. And so that's why we ask for a 2-day notice, so that we can find a volunteer that's willing to go late at night, early in the morning, on Saturday, on Sunday, and we are open on holidays and do a holiday ride. So if we can find a driver, then your ride is booked. If we can't find a driver, then we will call you and say, hey, Miss So-and-so, I'm sorry, I cannot find a volunteer that will do that time. So we do ask for a 2-day notice. Yes.
If you're in another city that you all offer the service, can you utilize your membership in another city?
That is a great question, and I've never had that one before, and I'm new. So I can't definitely say.
Okay.
I think you can, but don't hold me to that.
I think you can too. At least you used to be able to pre-pandemic.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I used to travel to Orlando and I never used it, but I was told I could. Okay.
Yeah, we used to have an office in Florida, and when the pandemic happened, it you know, some businesses survived and some didn't, and our Florida office did not. So, any other questions?
I have a comment. I'm just grateful and thankful that you're here, and it's amazing that we're the third in the franchise of this nation. Lexington's very blessed to have your service.
Yeah, thank you. We are grateful to be here. All of my predecessors have worked very hard to keep the nonprofit going, and the last few years have been difficult. And as I mentioned earlier, what our riders pay is a fraction of what it costs. Our insurance is astronomical. Just to give you an idea, in December, we had 4 organization cars that were all donated and paid for. Our insurance company charged us last year $10,000 per car. In December, our policy renewed. I opened it and they raised it to $50,000. They raised it $10,000. And so thus I began frantic phone calls and searching, and we reached out to over 50 insurance companies. No one would insure us. They said that insurance companies have taken a significant loss since the pandemic, They're not taking risk anymore. And even though we have had no accidents for 5 years, actually 6, we are considered a taxi service, even though we are a nonprofit. And but they group us in with Uber and Lyft and taxi for-profit services. And they said, basically, if you want insurance, it's going to cost you 50 grand. And so I had to sell a car in December to drop our premium from $50,000 down to $40,000. And I am desperately, I'm in the process of reaching out to Frankfurt to change the insurance laws and searching the nation for anyone that's licensed in Kentucky that would insure a nonprofit. But that's one of the reasons our cost is so high, is insurance is unbelievable. But anyway, thank you for appreciating our service. It is a wonderful service. We're glad to be here and help people get to where they need to be and want to go. And thank you for using us, those of you that do.
I'd like to say that the drivers that have picked me up have been excellent and helping me with my blindness to my door or to my elevator of my building. And I really appreciate them doing that. I've had quite a few different drivers that I know by first names now. And I am pleased with the service that I'm getting from them. And I just want you to know you have the best drivers.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I know time is getting away from us, and I don't want to overextend my stay because some of you may have places to go, and I want to be invited back. If you have any questions, I'll hang around for a few minutes afterwards. Please ask me. If I did bring a rider brochure and our most recent newsletter. If you want that, I'll be happy to share that. If you're interested in becoming a member, if you're not already, and or applying for that Toyota scholarship application, just give our office a call. Their telephone number is 859-252-8665 and tell them you would like a membership application as well as the Toyota scholarship application. Or you can go online at itnbluegrass.org and fill out an application online. You still need to call our office and ask for that scholarship application because it's not online. We have to mail that to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Mike, we have a thank you gift for you since you're in person. Oh, that's okay. Oh, sorry. We have a thank you gift for Mike. It's one of our Bluegrass Council of Blinds ink pens.
Thank you.
Okay.